My name is Marla Mckenna, and I am in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Herstory TV and the Herstory podcast. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Wellington, New Zealand. And I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating lady coming to us all the way from the US. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell everybody your full name, where you're based, how old you are, and share your story with us today.
Hi, my name is Marla Mckenna, and I am in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. And I just turned 50 last year. So, I'm good. So anyway, and my story starts with several years ago. It's probably over 10, 15 years ago now. I was at a fun family ballpark game with my family. And a crazy thing happened to me at that ball game in Milwaukee with the Brewers. And I wrote a book about it. And I was rejected for at least 2 years, and I just didn't give up. Finally, I found a publisher. And then I realized, once my book was written and illustrated and published, that I wanted to turn this into a career. I love writing. I went to the University of Wisconsin. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism and advertising. And writing is my passion. And so I thought, how can I turn this into a career? So I went to my daughter's school, shared my story, and started that way. Then I went to my grade school. And then I realized, you could start charging for this. So I built an entire program around my first children's book, Mom's Big Catch. And then several more children's books came. But what my message was to kids, teaching them the writing, editing, illustrating process, the publishing process, I shared with them how to write, okay? But the underlying message, the most important message was teaching children the power of patience, positivity, and perseverance, not giving up, following their dreams, believing they can do anything they set their minds to, because positive words of encouragement to children, that grows stronger adults. So children need to understand a positive mindset, and that it's a lot better to think positive thoughts versus negative thoughts. We talk about, at my school visits too, we talk about the power of gratitude. I invite them all, every night when they go to sleep, to think about 3 things they're grateful for each day. And they will realize by the end of that week, the end of the month, that they have a lot to be grateful for. And then several books came after that. And the one I want to share is I'm a Secret Superhero, is my children's book too. And that stemmed from a book that I was started to write called Take Back Your Power for adults. I'm a Secret Superhero teaches children the power of their inner strength, their inner superhero, their gifts. What are their God-given gifts that they have been born with that, are different and unique, what makes them special, and how they can turn those gifts into, doing good in the world with practice, perseverance. That's very important. They need to not give up and working really hard. They can find those special gifts and use those gifts to make a difference in the world. And
now it sounds to me like all of this is very much power and strength that you have galvanized from your own personal experiences. Tell us a little bit about how this all came about for you personally.
Well, the Mom's Big Catch book, like I said, that came from a family fun day at a Brewer game. And my daughters were like 7 and 9 at the time. Now my daughters are going to be 20 and 22. So I just really enjoyed writing, and I love sharing a positive message with children. And I've always, teaching my children to be positive. I went through a divorce in 2016, which, as many of you who've gone through divorce know, it can be life-changing. And that's where the idea of Take Your Power came back. But I launched the children's book first because that's where I felt my comfort level. And then I stepped out of my comfort level and launched the book Manifesting Your Dreams. So my chapter in Manifesting Your Dreams, it's a compilation of 20 stories, people who have all manifested their dreams through visualization, vision boards, the law of attraction, any manifesting tools, or have found, on the other side of tragedy or trauma, they found their life's purpose. So my divorce played a big role in that. My entire life changed, and I went through moving, changing with, my life changing with my daughters and accepting and growing through the divorce together and us becoming stronger. And so manifesting your dreams tells my whole story, along with 20 other people, of how I wrote my first book under a lot of rejection, didn't give up. And it's important for me to give back. So my passion is children and dogs. So when I go to schools all over the country and I teach my message, and I can give books away, but I also donate to partial proceeds from all my books go to the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation. Do you remember Linda? She is a big activist for dogs right now. She was in The Exorcist way back, and this is what she's turned her life into. And then Rick Springfield, if you know Rick Springfield,
Yes.
he matches my donation. So I manifested this along the way of working with my favorite rock star, of working with my favorite baseball teams, because the Mom's Big Catch book can be customized to fit baseball teams. Okay. And so there's several books in print on that, and I keep going on that. And, so all along the way, I've manifested working with the right people. I have no doubt in my mind, I manifested meeting you. Another hero lead let me get into Oprah's magazine. And I believe I manifested that because that's on my vision board. So it's just taken off. And, the most important thing for women is to be empowered and know that they shouldn't let anything stop them. Whatever they're going through in life, have gratitude, wake up every morning with a positive attitude. And I get it. Some days we don't want to be positive when we wake up. But as I teach the kids, is it better to be positive or negative? Where does thinking negative really get us? So it's been a wonderful journey full of children's books. And I've written, as of right now, 2 adult books. The Manifesting Your Dreams book kind of hit right before COVID. So it's still taking off. That's an evergreen book. And it's just great to share my fun and exciting story, empowering children and women. And I want to make a difference.
So if you were to go back to the younger you,
yes,
10 years ago, or at that critical point in your life where you thought your life had just completely collapsed, and you could have a conversation with that young woman, what 3 nuggets of wisdom would you give her based on what life has taught you up to this point?
That the darkness can be cast away with light. Better days will come. Sometimes you have to go through that dark tunnel to get out on the other side of it, to transform into the person that you were truly meant to be. Don't let anything hold you back, and don't worry about what other people think or say. Only you know what is best for you and what you want to do moving forward with your life.
I love that.
Be caring, be considerate, take the high road on everything, even though it's hard, but just, and take care of you. You have to take care of yourself before you can move forward with what you really want to do and take care of other people.
I love that.
That's a lot of nuggets.
Look, we need as many nuggets as possible when we're in these dark places.
Right, and surround ourselves with good people. That's so huge.
It's crucial.
You surround yourself with, who's in your inner circle, and who can lift you up too, and who you can lift up. By helping other people, you really help yourself too.
Yeah, that's true. My grandmother used to say, when you give to someone, you're actually giving to yourself.
Right.
And that it comes back tenfold, not from the person you've helped, but from unexpected sources. So
it does.
Giving is a powerful, powerful thing. Yeah, this universe is like a giant bank, and we just have to keep depositing those good deeds. They do come back. So if time was an illusion, and your past, your present, your future existed in the same timeline, and we've just teleported to the younger you, let's now take you to the future you. At 100 years old, maybe you're sitting in a rocking chair, watching the sun go down, and you could have a conversation with this woman who's lived this amazing life and touched so many children's lives. what would you say to her?
I would say, woohoo, you did it. You didn't give up. You made a difference in many people's lives, from children to adults, and women and men and teenagers. I mean, I would be very proud of her, because I know how hard she worked. I know how much she had to go through to get there. I know what she had to sacrifice.
Yes.
I know that the dark days were there, but she came out on the other side of them. I would thank God for being with me every step of the way. I would be grateful for living the life that I wanted to live. No excuses.
I love that. I love that. So, is there any question that I should have asked you?
I think just what I probably already shared was my passion for this has turned into my life purpose. Like, I have found my life's purpose, and reaching everyone and anyone I possibly can with my story and sharing other people's stories is what's important to me. So we reach out to our sisters, our brothers, our friends out there who know that they can do it too. If they're passionate about something, but it all starts with you. It all starts with believing in yourself. That is the first, I think, most important thing.
I love that. I love that. And the power of manifestation, a lot of people
it works.
struggle with the word manifestation, visualizing. I've done it thousands of times in my life, and I have this whole book that I'm writing called the Secret to the Secret.
Oh, I love that. I can't wait to read that.
But some people find it really hard. What is your process? What makes it easy for you to see something in the future and get clear and create it? Just give us your manifestation process.
I found that I believe I was manifesting before I even knew what it was. So going back to college, I always, even before then, huge Rick Springfield fan. I mean, he took more took up more real estate on my walls, and I just said someday I was going to meet him. Now, what teenage girl doesn't say that? Okay. but I did more than meet him. Like, I work with him. He supports my work. The day he told me, because I was like, thank you so much. He's like, well, you're a writer. I mean, coming from him, because he is a brilliant writer.
Right.
So things like that, having in the beginning, having posters on my wall of my favorite baseball players, and then actually meeting them and working with them, not just, a meet and greet, a hi, and a quick picture, but working with them. And so I've always manifested by having, I would say, a poster, a photo, something in front of me that I saw every day. I wanted to get into the University of Wisconsin. I had to boost my grade point up. I had the main picture of Bascom Hall, and it was Ralph Waldo Emerson. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. That's what I saw. That's what I focused on. That's what I did. Saw every day. I woke up to it. I went to sleep to it. That was my vision. I made that vision come true. Yeah. So I believe a vision board. I believe a vision board is very, very powerful. But put on like your favorite things that you want to manifest. These more you have to be specific. And this is hard, but there's days where you have to put positive thoughts out into the universe and align with those thoughts, and don't keep changing your mind, because you can have a bad day and be like, but no, turn around and say, it's okay. It's just a bad day or a bad hour. It's not an entire life. It doesn't mean your manifestation's not going to happen. Just keep moving forward. But I have found visualizing and the vision board really helps me.
Yeah. And they say that, when you said be more specific, if you set a ship on a course without a destination, will it ever get there? So the specific, to be specific means dates. If it's a monetary amount you want to manifest, have that very clear, because unless you know where you're going and what the end destination looks like, you will never get there.
Right.
That is just awesome. Well, it's been an
Absolutely.
absolute honor having you on the show today. I am so
Thank you.
excited that you are now part of our tribe. You're part of our community. Good luck with this book. I am sure it is just going to have another ripple effect and impact on so many people's lives with what you're doing. And especially now with what's happening with COVID, parents being stuck at home with the children and needing to find the resources to use and engage their children with to stay positive. So thank you for putting out into the world so much light.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. Again, another fascinating lady coming to us all the way from the US. I'll be back again tomorrow. Look out for the new Herstory magazine. Our launch is going to be at the end of June, and we are so excited because we have some phenomenal women who step forward to share their stories. Take care, everybody. This is Gertrude in Wellington, and thank you again, Marla, for this beautiful interview.
Thank you.
Bye for now.